Hello guys, welcome back to episode 12 of our Hack the Box series. Today we will be looking at the machine called Oopsie and trying to pawn the machine. So I have already connected to the machine and let's look at the first task. So with what kind of tool can we intercept web traffic? Let's take up the hint. There's an Academy module for this. Also, burp can be considered such a tool. Right, there is a tool called burp and burp suite that can be used in order to intercept web traffic and change the web traffic and manipulate the web traffic. Now, I we do have to check for another tool. So let's just search it up. Tool for intercepting web traffic. All right, let us check. Is it burp proxy? Yes, it is burp proxy. All right, guys, now let us go into task 2, which is what is the path to the directory on the web server that returns a login page? All right, let's use up the hint. Spider the site with burp. Okay, so let us first close this, open up a new terminal, and nmap the IP with -f and -sv for a more detailed output. Paste it and look at the nmap results because we do need to know what ports are running on the machine. And here we find out that there is port 22 that's open with SSH running and port 80 with HTTP running, which means we can open up a browser, paste the IP, and we are redirected into a website. Now let us just explore the website and let's try to see if we can access anything. Services, about, contact, home. Not really. Okay. Services. Yep. I don't think there is anything else. Okay. So now what we can do is we can use burp suite. So in order to do that, let's search up burp and we get burp suite, which is opening up. Has not been fully tested. All right, okay. And let us just wait for burp to open up. Um, that is fine. Temporary project. Yep. Burp defaults is fine. And while, okay, burp is started. This version was released. That is fine. All right, so first of all, let us just go on to the main website. Proxy, intercept, forward, switch off, reception, view the HTTP history. All right. So we have the documentation on this website. Now, in order to spider the target website, what we can do is go to the settings. So we need to proxy, or we need to configure the Firefox browser to send all the traffic, the website traffic, through the proxy that we create, so that we can um, understand or intercept the traffic on the burp suite. So what we need to do here is search for proxy, go to the settings, and we need to enable manual proxy configuration, and we can use this for HTTPS, and yeah, that should be fine. So we need to give 127.0.0.1, which is the default proxy that burp suite uses, and port 8080. All right, and that should be fine. Now what we can do is go into the, well, okay, all right. So next what we need to do is go into the intercept, and it says intercept is off. All right, that is good. So we can then go into the target, displays information. All right. Okay, I guess we need to click on through this, and all right, there it is. We have successfully spidered the target website. So there it is. We have CSS files, JavaScript files, we have cdn-cgi, and we have the login page right here. So the task was to find the path to the directory. So it is slash cdn cgi /login, and we shall submit that. Great. And also we can, I suppose, go into cdn/cgi/login. Oh, my misspelled. And there it is. So there is a username and password. It's an authentication site or a page, and we can try. All right, so we can try logging in as the guest, which is a repair management system with account. All right, account access ID, name, email. So there should be an SQL table in order to take care of that. And there's branding clients. All right, logged in as guest. All right, so now let us go into task 3. All right, guys, so the next task is what can be modified in Firefox to get access to the upload page. So let's use the hint. What artifact do web servers use to track users throughout a session? Well, they're called cookies, and cookies are basically text files that have data containing in them, which is created by the web server and is stored by the browser into the computer's file system. It is used to identify users uniquely so that the server understands which user is accessing the website right now. And it is used for a lot of purposes, for personalizing the website, for logging purposes, so that you know what a user has done. So the answer to this task is should be cookie. All right, great. Now we move on to task 4, which is what is the access ID of the admin user? So let's use up the hint. Try to decrease the values of the existing ID parameter in order to access other users' information. All right, let's go back into the website and let's go into account. Here we see name, email, and we have the ID parameter, which is 2. So let's try 1. And there it is. We have the access ID, which is 34322. Let's come in here, paste that, and let's submit it. All right. Moving on, we have task 5, which is on uploading a file, what directory does that file appear in on the server? So let's use a hint. We can use a tool like GoBuster to brute force directories on the web server. All right, so it is asking us to upload files. So let's go back into the website and we can go into uploads, which says this action requires super admin rights, which indicates to us that we need to be a super admin or an admin. In order to do that, we can modify the cookies, and how we do that is using the dev tools. So we can inspect the elements, and then we can go into the um there should be security, application, storage, local storage, select a value, session storage, all right, let's then try to go to account and inspect network sources. Yeah, it should be oh, there is cookies right here. Yep. So when we check the cookies, we find out that these are the values which can be changed. So let's try going into uploads again and try changing this to admin. Oh, sorry. Let's retry that. Login as guest. And let's go into uploads. All right, here the user, let's try to change it to 34322, which we had found out the access ID, and the role to admin. And now if we refresh, there you go, we can upload files. So we can upload a PHP reverse shell so that we get access to do whatever we want on the target IP. And we can do so by finding a PHP reverse shell file. So in order to do that, there are built-in web shells or PHP shells on Kali. We can just go to user, share, go to web shells, which should be here, and then PHP, and then there it is, PHP reverse shell. And we can also, well, we must also change the IP, which, alright, in this case, this is fine, and the port, and also in this case, which is fine. So the port is 1234 and the IP is that. Great. So let us upload that file. So let's choose, yep, this particular file and upload it. The file PHP reverse shell has been uploaded. That is great. And it was said that we can use GoBuster to brute force directories on the web server in order to find where or in what directory the file appears. So let's come back into the terminal and use GoBuster directory to choose the directory option, and URL, we are gonna do the target IP, which is this right here. Paste clipboard. All right. And we do not need to do this. All right. And we must mention a word list, which can be /user/share/word lists. And actually we can check that. Share. Let's go to word lists, which is right here, and we can try directory buster, and in here we can just take this one, I suppose. So let's copy, or well, not, let's copy the name. All right, so word lists and directory buster slash, and paste in the name. And we must also mention that this is PHP files that we're trying to traverse. So let's try it out. And we should see something soon. Great, so there it is. It is uploaded in the directory called uploads. So let's cancel that. So let's try it out, /uploads. And there you go. All right, now task 6 is, what is the file that contains the password that is shared with the Robert user? All right, so we need to find a file, and the hint is review the code of the web pages. Okay, so let's first visit the directory where we had uploaded our file. So I think we can do that by coming into this /uploads, and it says you do not have permission to access this resource. All right. However, we can try accessing the file that we had uploaded, and in order to do that, we can start up a new terminal. All right, and we can start a netcat listening server. So LVNP 1234 on port 1234, because that's the file that we had uploaded, and it's listening. Now we can request the shell over here, PHP reverse shell small dot php. Wait a minute. Wordless web shells php reverse shell dot. Oh, it's not small. It's just reverse shell dot php. php underscore, I mean, dash reverse dash shell dot php, and it has not done anything. The requested URL was not found under uploads. All right, this weird indeed. Well, let's try to choose a file, php or shell. Let's upload it once again and then copy that, come on here, uploads, that warning, failed to demonize. This is quite common and not fatal. Connection refused. All right, weird indeed. Let's try it here then. Uploads failed to demonize. This is quite common. The connection is refused. Huh. And we have not gotten anything on our site either. Let's try. All right. Going into cdn slash verb cgi slash login, and let's log in as guest. All right, go to uploads, inspect, go into memory, for storage, I mean, cookies, admin 34322, and then try to re-upload the file, which should be in user share web shells php reverse shell upload. All right, and then uploads. All right, how about, okay, it is still having that issue. All right, let me try troubleshooting the issue and I'll tell you guys what the issue was. All right, guys, so we have understood the issue, what had happened. So what we need to make sure is to edit the reverse shell.php file which I will show it to you guys so that the IP address is what shows up when you type ifconfig, and the TUN0 IP address is what you need to place in here, and the port should be the same as the one which we had used. Oh, sorry, not this, the other one. The port which we had used to start the netcat server. And also, when uploading the file, we should have there is a text box for the brand name, which we should fill with the same name as the file, and we will successfully have gotten the reverse shell. So now, in order to make it functional, we can issue Python 3 import pty dot spawn, and slash bin slash bash. All right, great. Now what we need to do is um, we can check the users that are on the system by doing cat etc slash password passwd, and we find a lot of users here, which is root, daemon, bin, sys, etc. And when we come down, we find Robert. Great. We should also probably check the directory. Alright guys, so what we have done is we have cd'd into slash var slash www slash html slash cdn cgi slash login, and in here we find that there are 4 files, and we can check each file one by one, admin.php, and we find a long file basically. All right, let's try db.php now. This is quite small, and yeah, there it is. So there's the user that we needed, Robert, and the password, which is this. So copy, and well, what we needed was the file that contains, and the file is db.php. Um, so let's paste that in, and there it is. Now, alright guys, the next task is what executable is run with the option to identify all files owned by the bug tracker group. And the hint is that this Unix command line utilities is for walking a file hierarchy. So that command line utility is find, and we can try first of all, let us go to the home directory, and we can log in to the Robert user using the password that we have found. All right, and now we have logged in as Robert. Now what we can do is type sudo to see if um sudo h, all right, sudo r, requires an argument. All right, let's try ID then. All right, so we get the user ID, the group ID, and we find that there is a group called Bug Tracker that Robert is a part of, and we can find the any files that is owned by the group Bug Tracker by using this command. And we wait for the result, and there it is. This is a binary that is owned by the group Bug Tracker. So we can type find, and there it is. Now the next task. Alright, task 8 is regardless of which user starts running the bug tracker executable, what user privileges will use to run? Who owns the file? What does setuid or suid mean? Alright, so let us first check the privileges and the type of file of slash user slash bin slash bug tracker and file slash user slash bin slash bug tracker. Oh, there is a misspell on my side. So let's just copy that, paste that. Oh my god. Alright. Let's try that again. lsla slash user slash bin slash bug tracker and file slash user slash bin slash bug tracker. All right, so we find that it is owned by root and it has read write permissions. It's part of the bug tracker group, and it also has a set UID on the binary. The set UID or SUID is basically set owner user ID, which means that it executes as the user who owns the file, regardless of who runs the command. So in our case, if we run this command, it will be run as root and not Robert. All right, and that is what is setuid. So we find that it is root's privileges that will be used to run the file, and SUID stands for set owner user ID. All right, great. All right, the next task is what is the name of the executable being called in an insecure manner? And it says, look at the error messages when bug tracker is run. What file is missing? Its directory path. All right, so for that, let us try running slash user slash bin slash bug tracker. Provide a bug ID. Okay, let's say 1. Binary package hint version reproduced when loading library in firmware. It seems to be crash. What you expected to happen? Synchronized browsing. Let's try that again. Copy selection. Paste. Let's provide 1, 2. All right. it says cat. All right, so that is the name of the executable being called. Great. Now it has asked us to submit the user flag. So let us ls and let us cd into home. Ls again. There's Robert, so cd into Robert, ls, and there's the user.txt. So cat user.txt, and there it is. So that is our user flag. So copy selection. Let's come here, paste it, submit. Great. And now the only thing that's left is the root flag. Now, in order to find the root flag, we know that we can run user bin bug tracker, and the program accepts the name of a file that needs to be read using cat, but it doesn't specify the whole path which we can exploit that feature. All right, and in order to do that, what we can do is we can create a file called cat and use that to be opened up using the bug tracker program. So we can go to the temp and we can create a file called cat, and oh sorry, we can use, if we just scroll up a bit, this right here, copy selection, paste it. Robert is not in the sudoers file, this incident. Um, Actually, let's just try cat. Error opening terminal unknown. Let's ls. There's ls and cat. Let's remove cat. And let's try to search creating a file with content. Or we can just, I'll just search the command up. Alright guys, so the command that we can use is echo, and in double quotes /bin/sh into a file named cat, and we get the file that created for us. Now what we can do is we can set execute privileges for the file. So using chmod plus x and cat, and the file will have execute privileges now. We also need to add the /tmp directory to the path environment variables. Now the path environment variable is where, or the path is where there are executable programs that are located. So path is where executable programs are located, and we can do so. We can add the directory by typing export path is equal to /tmp $path, path, and then we can echo $path, and there it is. So we have successfully added the /tmp directory. Now what we can do is go back and run /user/bin/bug tracker. We can provide a bug ID, and there it is. So we have successfully become the root user. Now what we can do is ls. We find the directory, so we can cd into root ls reports, and there it is, root.txt. We can just cat that, cat, or let us echo root.txt. Well, echo does not work. Cat root.txt. We can type head root.txt as well. And there it is. So head is another command for reading a file. So we can copy that, paste the root flag, and there you go. So we have successfully pawned the machine Oopsie. That is another machine in tier 2 of our Hack the Box series. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.